Yeah, we're rolling for back to the fragrance reviews. So again, I've been going through kind of lots of clones of more popular fragrances or more expensive designer fragrances. With this one, this is kind of interesting because this was just a blind search for clones on Google. So I never heard of this company. I later, before giving them my money, I checked them out on YouTube. I checked out their adverts, checked out their reviews. I couldn't find them on most what's the word? I couldn't find any uh custom reviews on YouTube from this brand. So they're a UK based company, or Edinburgh, but it's classed as UK, even though it's Scotland. So this is Jubilee inspired fragrances. So just to kind of say that the bottles all come uniform with the logo, and these are 100 mils. So Eau de Parfum Jubilee inspired fragrances. On the back though, there's a QR code, which basically then on the bottom has what it is a clone of. Obviously, when you go onto their website, you put in what you're after, and it comes up a sort of abbreviated or shorter version. So, for example, with this one, which I'm going to be reviewing today, it's just got Le Male, then JPG, and then a code. So, obviously, for people who are aware, if you put in Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, that's what will come up. So I just thought I'd break that out because, again, there's some, or one that I've got that's kind of abbreviated, that unless you knew what the search was, you might not know. But, and without jumping the gun, once you smell it, most people know exactly what it is, because, again, I bought 3 from here. I even bought my mum some from the company. And again, I'm not endorsing the company. I'm just doing an unbiased review. Very impressed with the delivery, the quality of the products, and the fact that there was 2 that I have not been able to find anywhere that are discontinued. But with this one, we'll go on the Le Male because I wanted to play it safe. I wanted to buy a fragrance that I know very well because I've bought it many times in the past. So I wanted to be able to draw a comparison and conclusion between a fragrance that I smelt many times in the past and have a lot of experience with, and I wanted to see how this shapes up as a clone. So where are the notes? So Jubilee inspired fragrances, JPG Le Male, price £20 for 100 ml. So that's very good, because for the original, which is an EDT, this is an EDP. The EDT, this is a small one. I've had various sizes up to 200 ml. Ranges anywhere from like £60 for the smaller end up to over £100 for the larger one. I think even 120, maybe more nowadays, for the 200 ml. So yeah, right. So top notes: lavender, mint, cardamom, bergamot, and artemisia. Never heard of that one before. Middle is cinnamon, orange blossom, and caraway. The base is made of vanilla, tonka bean, amber, sandalwood, and cedar. So again, I know what Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male smells like. It's very fresh, it's clean, it's got that minty edge. All of the Jean Paul Gaultier line, the Elixir, the Parfum, they have that DNA that you know, even Le Beau. I've not smelt the Scandal ones, but you know, anyway, they all pretty much contain that DNA of Jean Paul Gaultier. So again, houses that tend to be popular for different reasons, Creed, so on, Armani, Dolce & Gabbana, they have a certain specific DNA that's in a lot of their fragrances, which obviously people like. That's why they buy them, that's why they're popular. So going to put it on the skin as usual, just free because this is an EDP. Okay, the squirter, the vaporizer is pretty decent as well. It's quite dispersive. I'm already getting that radiance. So how it, and this is with all of them, by the way, considering the original is an EDT, I think that when you apply this to the skin, the smell, the initial smell, the radiance is pretty much spot on. Again, I'm going to do reviews for the other two in the future, but this is for the Jean Paul Gaultier. The initial is spot on, in my opinion. If you want to be really particular, the radiance maybe isn't as much as the original, but it's not far off. 90% to my nose, how I detect it in the air. So again, fresh, clean, ozonic. You get the mint, you get the citrus. I don't want to say fruit, but it's very pleasant. I've always rated, I have actually done a dedicated Jean Paul Gaultier review and comparison in the past, but I think my first video many months ago, which was a comparison between the EDT Jean Paul Gaultier. Sorry, it's very radiant, so I'm like, but it's very pleasant, it's very wearable, can be worn in different environments. Again, I'm not going to go over notes that I've already done in the past. I just wanted to bring attention to a clone that's very good, in my opinion. In terms of the longevity, even though it's an EDP, you'd think that it lasts a lot all day, because again, the original EDT of Jean Paul Gaultier, keep putting it down, please, if I just leave it there. The original is very potent in the fact that even as an EDT on my skin and clothes, it felt like it would last all day, especially with the original. With the rebatches, slightly less, to be expected. It happens with them all, usually reformulated or weakened down for profit, sadly. But yeah, in terms of longevity, they last about the same. So on my skin and clothes, at least 8 hours, which is very good. I know this is an EDP, but how it smells, it projects exactly the same. I really, literally a few weeks ago, or sorry, the first week that I got it, so yeah, a few weeks ago, I put both side by side, left and right arm, several sprays, maybe 4 or 5, maybe even more, whatever. But I know that they lasted the same time. I just find that this is slightly more radiant on the skin. It even leaves like a different marking on my arm, like more water based, which makes sense because it's an EDP. This sort of stays on the skin. It's sort of like, it's hard to describe. It's like less watery on the skin, which I think it makes sense. I think even on the website they describe that these are like minimum 20% alcohol or something like that. I remember the wording and thinking, okay, we'll see. But again, if I was to give this a rating, it's pretty much what I give this. I would give it a 9 out of 10, because even though it's a clone, even though it's like a fifth of the price of this, it does exactly, in my opinion, it lasts as long, it projects as well. Maybe you get a bit more radiance because of the design of the EDT. So for the first hour, this is slightly more radiant, but this is still very nice. I can smell it from here. I've not got nose blind to it. It's strong, it's masculine. It's basically all the notes that I made over Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male before, so I'm not going to go reiterate over that because I've got a review for that already. But this is to draw a comparison between this Jubilee scents inspired fragrance, which is a clone of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. Performance, projection, very good. So yeah, a 9 out of 10. No complaints. The price is good, the delivery was good. So yeah, nothing more I can say. Highly recommended. Really surprised me in a good way. End it there.